Hello, good morning, all 11 plus aspiring mathematicians. Hey guys, just give me a thumbs up if my voice is audible to you all. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Anay. Yes, thank you for acknowledging, guys. So, are you ready to conquer the beast of simultaneous equations and ace your 11 plus exam score? All right, buckle up because this masterclass is packed with strategies and solutions to turn all these simultaneous equations trickier problems into your own playground. Okay. Now, don't worry, even though the name sounds fancy, we'll break it down step by step. We'll learn how to solve the special equations that show up in real life puzzles, like figuring out the ages or counting the number of coins, including that is age and coin word problems. Also, this masterclass will give you the tools and tricks to crack these problems and boost your 11 plus math score. Okay. Now, plus, you will also get a practice worksheet and detailed lecture notes to keep mastering even after the class. So now let's turn those confusing equations into your personal playground. All right. So for the best of the productivity, we have decided to divide this class into 3 different sessions. Okay. The first one is the learning session, where we will learn everything about simultaneous equations, what are each problems, and what are coin problems. Followed by this, we'll also try to practice questions on simultaneous equations. So initial first part is learning session, where we'll be learning the concept. And then in the second practice session, we'll try to understand how to apply the concepts we learn and solve the questions accurately. Okay. And eventually at the end, which is the last session, which is the recap or the summary session, where we'll try to recap and figure out the key takeaway points which we can use and remember to solve this type of problems. All right. So let's see. These are the topics aligned for our masterclass for today. First one is understanding simultaneous equations. Then we have age problems. And along with age problems, we also got coin problems. So overall, 3 simple topics. It's basically pretty simple, but many of the students throughout my experience, I have seen them struggle a lot in these questions. The only one thing which I guess the students needs to understand is to have a very clear approach, because these are algebraic problems. And many a times in the algebraic word problems, the difficulty arises when you're trying to turn those algebraic problem into an equation. That's the first and the foremost topic. Okay. So in this class, we will go down step by step, break down all the possibilities which we can use to easily figure out the equations and solve those to get the accurate answers. Okay. All right. So let's just begin our class. Understanding what are simultaneous equations. So what are simultaneous equations? These are the simultaneous equations which are a pair of linear equations carrying the same variables. Now this is pretty important. What do we mean by a linear equation? Let me give you an example. Let's say I have 2 equations, x squared plus 2 equals 5. And I have x plus 4 equals 8. Okay. Are both of these equations linear equations? Okay. Only one of these equations is a linear equation and the other one is not. This is not a linear equation. Instead, this is a quadratic one. Again, this is not of our concern. The reason it's quadratic because it has a power of 2. The highest power is 2. The equation where the highest power in the variable is 1, this is simultaneous equation. So over here you have one variable which is x. So x has the highest power of 1. So this is a linear equation. Okay. This is a linear equation. And what are simultaneous equations? These are linear equations which have more than one variable. What do we mean by more than one variable? That means it might have 2 variables. Let me show you the example. Here we have 3x plus 2y equals 13 and 2x plus y equals 8. Now, in both of these equations, what are the variables? This x and y, these are the variables. So in any equation, if you see any alphabets like A, B, C, D, X, or Y, These are actually the variables, and these variables carry a certain number. Okay, so if I say my value of x is 2, so what does this mean? I can write this as x plus 4 equals 6. Am I correct? If my value of x is 2, then x plus 4, is it 6? Now, what is this x? This is a variable. This variable is carrying a certain value, isn't it? This x is carrying a value of 2. So that is what is a variable. And the simultaneous equations have two variables. Okay, so just like this example over here, this is one equation, this is another equation. And both the equations have same values of x and y. Okay. Now, the reason they are called simultaneous equations is because you are trying to solve them both for the same values of x and y. So what is your ultimate goal? You're trying to solve these simultaneous equations. And what do we mean by solving simultaneous equations? It is to get the value of these unknown variables x and y. This is what do we mean when we say solve simultaneous equations. And the reason they are called simultaneous equations because you are trying to solve both the equations, not just one, both the equations for the same values of x and y. Hence, these are called simultaneous equations. So overall, these are pair of linear equations with two variables which carry the same value. Okay, that's it. Now let's see how do we solve these simultaneous equations. Okay, can anyone just help me read out the steps over here? Yes, Arav, go ahead.
Compare and make the coefficients of either of the variables same.
Okay, go ahead.
Illuminate the variable with the same coefficient, either by adding or subtracting the equation.
Okay, let me stop you over here. Now, the first point is compare and make the coefficients of either of the variables same. But before that, what do we mean by coefficient? Anyone? What do you mean by coefficient? Yes, Faris?
So if you have 2x, the coefficient would be 2 because that's the number you're multiplying the letter by.
Very good, Faris. So suppose I have an equation 2x plus 3y equals 5. Over here, coefficient is nothing but the number in front of the variable. Okay, so for this equation, for the variable, I have two variables, x and y. What is the number in front of x? It's 2. So the coefficient of x is 2. What's the number in front of y? It's 3. So the coefficient of y is 3. Okay. So what is my first job? Suppose I have a two bunch of equations. My first job is to make the coefficients of either of the variables same. Okay. So let me just show you the example. I have these two equations. 3x plus 2y equals 13 and 2x plus y equals 8. So according to my first step, what I need to do is I need to make the coefficients same. So I will just write down 3x plus 2y equals 13 and 2x plus y equals 8. So what I need to do is basically I need to make either coefficient of x the same or coefficient of y the same in both the equations. Okay, what are the coefficients of x? First one has the equation 3 and the second one has the coefficient 2. And what's the coefficient of y? First one has the 2 and the second equation has, what is this? What is the coefficient over here? This y is nothing but 1y, isn't it? 1 times y. So the coefficient is 1. Now what I need to do? I need to make either of the coefficients same. So I can either make coefficient of x the same or I can either make coefficient of y the same. So if you notice, how can I possibly make the coefficient same? Which coefficient should I choose? Yes, Misha?
I think y, because you can double the equation, the bottom one.
Very
So
good.
4x plus 2y equals 16.
Excellent. Okay. Very good, Misha. So over here, what do we need to do? We just need to make the coefficients of y the same, right? And how can we do so? We just need to multiply this entire equation by 2. So what would we get? We would get 4x plus 2 times y is 2y equals 2 times 8 is 16, right? Now, let me write down this first equation. 3x plus 2y equals 13. Now, if we see, we got the same coefficients, isn't it? The coefficients of y equals, again, I guess this is, 3x plus 2y equals 30. All right. Now, my job is done. I have made the coefficients same. So let's see what is the another step. The second step is eliminate the variable with the same coefficient either by adding or subtracting the equations. What do you mean by eliminate? This is where the elimination method comes into the picture. Okay. Now, please pay attention, guys. Now, how can I eliminate one of the variable? If I add, I would get 4x plus 3x as 7x plus 4y equals 16 plus 13, which is 29, right? But what if I subtract? If I subtract, see, my signs would be changed definitely. It would be minus, it would be minus. So 4x minus 3x is, this is x, plus 2y take away minus 2y, this would be 0. And 16 take away 13 is 3. So see, I was able to eliminate one variable. And when I eliminated one variable, I was able to figure out the other variable. So this is what is the actual reality. Whenever you have two variables, you can't find the value of any single variable. You need to eliminate one variable in order to find the other, isn't it? So in an equation, you just need to have one variable in order to find the value of other one. Okay. So now you have the value of x as 3. Now let's see what are the other steps. Then work out the value of the variable left. We just work out the value of the variable left, which is x equals 3. And then use the value of one variable to find the other by substitution. Okay. What do we mean by substitution? Can anyone help me understand? What is substitution? What is a method of substitution? Yes, Ishan?
There's substitution where you know the other value of the variable. So you need to find the other variable by either minusing or adding on the total you have.
Well, Ishan, that's not exactly what is substitution. Let me explain you what it is. Okay. Suppose you have 4x plus 5. All right. And what if I told you the value of x is 2? So what I will do is, I will use the value of x as 2 and put it over here. 4 times 2 plus 5. So this is 13. So what am I doing is, I'm actually using the value of x as 2. This using the value of x in the equation or expression, this is known as substitution. Okay, so I'm just using the value and putting it into an expression or equation. That's what is substitution. So as my fourth step says, to use the value of one variable to find the other. That's what I'm going to do now. I have my value of x as 3. So what I will do is, I will substitute the value of x equals 3 in any of the equation. Let's say in the first equation, in 3x plus 2y equals 13. Okay, let's see what do we get. We have 3, x is 3. So 3 times 3 plus 2y equals 13. How much is 3 times 3? This 9 plus 2y equals 13. Now what do we need to do? Our job is to find the value of y, isn't it? So we'll be subtracting by 9, isn't it? So we will have 2y equals 13 take away 9. 2y equals 4. So what is the value of y? The value of y is indeed 2. Hence, x equals 3 and y equals 2. So this is what is entirely the steps to solve simultaneous equations. Again, the job is pretty simple. First, make the coefficient same, right? Then eliminate either of the variable, find the other, and then use substitution method to find the required or the left out variable. That's it. So this is overall what is the steps to solve simultaneous equations. All right. So your approach should be simple. Your approach should be to make the coefficient same. So you could be able to eliminate one variable and find the other, and then use substitution. That's it. All right. I hope the steps for simultaneous equations are clear. Again, we will see the steps in detail when we solve some more problems as well. Now, let's try to understand what are age problems. Okay. Now, age problems are typically algebraic word problems. Now, can anyone explain me or can help me understand what do you mean by these algebraic word problems? Yes, Jeeta Mitra.
So the age problems are basically in the question they give you some information, and using that information you have to use some variables and try to find out the answer.
Very good. That's a brilliant answer. So basically, you are given a certain information, like a story, isn't it? Word problem is indeed a story. You need to make equations using those problems, using the mathematical statements given. Then you need to solve those statements, or you need to solve those equations. Okay. So what are you doing? You are assuming the unknown variable. You are writing expressions, and then you are finding the equations and solving for that expressions. Okay. Again, I might sound a little too much over here. So let us just break it down how to solve the age problems as well. So what happens in age problems is generally the age of two different people, both in past and in future, are compared. Okay. So let's talk about Faris and Adam. Suppose if we say that Faris is 2 years older than Adam. Okay. This is one information. And Faris' age and Adam's age add up to, let's say, 20. Okay, so this is the second piece of information. Now you are asked to figure out what is Faris' age or what is Adam's age. So you are given a comparison of ages, and then certain information is also provided. Your objective is to find each person's current age. Okay, this is more or less the usual objective of the age problems. Again, there can be many, but the basic idea is to find each person's current age using information in the problem. And how can we solve age problems? Using linear equations. So you need to write down the equations and get the value of unknown variable. Okay. Again, looking at the steps, how to solve age problems. First of all, what you need to do is you need to assume the person's current age as variable x. Again, you can use anything. You can use either variable y, z, that's up to your choice. Then using the information of ages in the past or future in the question, form an expression in terms of x. All right. What do you need to do? You need to use the info given in the question and form an expression. Let me give you an example. Suppose if a person's current age is x. Okay. What will be his age after 2 years? It would be x plus 2, isn't it? Yeah. Suppose if Ishan's current age is 10 years, his age after 5 years would be 10 plus 5. And what would have been Ishan's age before 3 years? It would have been 10 minus 3, right? So just like that, his age before 2 years would be x minus 2. So this is how you write down the expressions. Okay. This is how you use the comparison to write down the expressions for the ages. And then you form the linear equation using the comparison of ages and solve for x. So overall idea is assign the variable, write expressions, write equation, and solve for the equation. Okay. So now let's see how can we do so. All right. Let's see the problem over here. Catherine is 8 years older than David. 5 years ago, the sum of their ages was 30. How old are they now? So how many people do we have over here? We have Catherine, and then we have David. Okay. What is the first step we need to do? As mentioned, we need to assign the unknown variable. Okay. So what can we do is, let's assume David's age as X. Okay. Let's assume David's age as X. So would anyone like to tell me what would be Catherine's age? Yes, Hadia? What would be
So-
Catherine's age?
Catherine's age would be X plus 8 because Catherine is 8 years older than David.
Very good. Catherine's age would be X plus 8. Okay, yes, you can mute up. Very good. So Catherine is X plus 8 years old because she is 8 years older than David. So this is what is the first step. Now what is the second step? To write up expressions. Now what is given? We are given information about 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, what would have been Catherine's age? It would be X plus 8 minus 5, isn't it? Yes. And how much is this? X plus 3. And what about David's age? It would be X minus 5. That's it. 5 years ago, Catherine was X plus 3 years old, whereas David was X minus 5 years old. So this is the second step. So assigning variable is done. Writing expressions is done. What is the third step? Form equations. What is the equation? Let's see the info. Sum of their ages was 30. Now, what does this mean? 5 years ago, the sum of their ages was 30. That means this value and this value, they add up to 30. Okay. So, X plus 3, the age of Catherine 5 years ago, plus X minus 5, the age of David 5 years ago, the sum is 30. That means this is equal to 30. That's it. This is my equation. Now what I need to do? I just need to solve this equation for X. So what is X plus X? 2X plus 3 minus 5S minus 2 equals 30. So how much is 2X? This is 32. Again, the value of X is 16. Okay. So what is the value of X? 16. What does this mean? This means David was X years old currently. So David is 16 years old now. And what about Catherine? Catherine is X plus 8. So I need to substitute the value of X as 16. So it is 16 plus 8, which is 24. Hence, David is 16 years old and Catherine is 24 years old. Okay. So let me just give you a quick recap. First step is write or assign variables. So we started by assigning David's age as X, Catherine was X plus 8. Write expressions now. 5 years ago, their ages was X plus 8 minus 5 and X minus 5. Then what is the info given in the question? Their sum 5 years ago, if you add up the ages, that is 30. So you write up the equation using this info and then just solve it for X. Okay. Now, overall, this problem might seem quite lengthy, but if you understand the reason why we are doing each and every step, the scenario becomes pretty clear. So basically, you can remember it like a story. To solve an algebraic word problem, you need to assign variables, then you need to write up expressions, and then you need to use up the information in the question to write equations and solve for those variables. Okay. Now, using the exact similar approach, let us also see how to solve coin problems. Okay. So let's understand first what are those. Again, these are also algebra-based word problems. Okay. And in coin problems, coins of different values is added to a certain amount. And then the objective of coin problems is to find the number of coins in different values. Okay. So let me give you an example. Let me say Harshit, he has, some amount. Harshit has 10 pounds in his pocket and he has some 2-pound coins and some 1-pound coins. We don't know how many 2-pound coins or 1-pound coin does Harshit have, but we know that the total amount adds up to 10 pounds. Now, if I say that Harshit has twice the number of 2-pound coins as 1-pound coin, I'm asked to find the number of 2-pound and 1-pound coins available with Harshit. Okay, this is how the coin problems typically are. You don't know how many coins of different values they have, but you are given some relationship about it. That twice the number of 2p coin as 1p coin, or twice the number of 20p coin as 5p, something like that. So you need to use that comparison to write up the equation and solve those. And typically these coin problems are solved using linear equations, or in some cases you might also need to work out using simultaneous equations. Okay. So let's see the steps, how to solve those. Just like usual algebraic word problems, you need to assign variables to the number of coins of different values. Okay, so let's say the number of 2p coins is x, so the number of 4p coins would be something, right? Just like the age problem. Start by assigning variables, then using the information in the question, write expressions for the total amount made. Okay, and then you need to form linear equations or simultaneous equations. Again, the steps are exactly simple. Okay, it's quite similar. Let us just quickly see the example to clarify more about the steps. All right. Here we have a question in front of us. Johnny cleared out his pocket and found out that he had 12 pounds in total. He also knew that he had half the number of 1-pound coins as 10p coins in his pocket. How many 10p coins were there? Okay. So what does Johnny have is, he has 12 pounds in 1-pound coin and in 10p coin. So what is the first thing we need to do is, we need to keep the unit same. Okay. Since this is pound, so let's make this 10p in pound, which would be 0.1, right? Okay. Now, let's see, this is 1 pound and this is 0.1. Okay. And what is given? He had half the number of 1-pound coins as 10p coins. So this is 10p, isn't it? So what if the number of 10p, what if the number of 1-pound coins is x? Can anyone tell me how many 10p coins does Johnny have in terms of x? Yes, Arya?
X times 2.
X times 2, 2x. Very good. So he has 2x number of 10-pound coins. Okay. Now, this is the first step. Second step is writing the expressions as I told you, right? What is the total worth of x number of 1-pound coins? Suppose for 2 1-pound coins, the total value is 2 times 1, which is 2, right? If I have 5 1-pound coins, the total amount I have is 5 times 1, which is 5. So similarly, if Johnny has x 1-pound coins, total value is x times 1, which is x pounds, isn't it? And what is the total value of 2x number of 10p coins? It is 2x times 0.1, which is 0.2x. Okay. So this is the total value of 1-pound coins, x number of 1-pound coins. This is the total value of 2x number of 10p coins. Okay. Now, how can we form the equation? Can anyone tell me? How can we write up the equation? What is the total value? Total value is 12 pounds, right? So 12 pounds means this number of total value of 1-pound coins plus total value of 10p coins, they add up to 12 pounds, isn't it? So x plus 0.2x equals 12, right? Again, ensuring the units are the same. This is in pounds, this is in pounds, 12 is also in pounds. Okay. So x plus 0.2x is 1.2x. This equals 12. So what is the value of x? X is 12 divided by 1.2, or this is 120 divided by 12, which is 10. What does this mean? This means Johnny has 10 1-pound coins. So Johnny has 10 1-pound coins, right? Because X is number of 1-pound coins. And how many 10p coins does Johnny have? Yes, Tanvi? Please unmute first.
Johnny has two 10p coins.
Two 10p coins? Is it 2? Are you sure? Because the value is 2x.
120.
So it has 2 times 10 actually. Our value of x is 10. So 2x would be how much? 2 times 10, which is 20. So Johnny has 10 1-pound coins and he has 20 10p coins. Okay. Again, what you are basically doing is you are just assigning the variables to the number of different denomination of coins. Here it was 1 pound and 10p. So you assumed it as x, you got the other one as 2x. You worked out a total value of this number of coins. So for, let's say, if I got 10 5-pound notes, the total would be 10 times 5 pounds, which is 50 pounds. Similarly, if I have x 1-pound coins, the total would be x times 1, which is x. If I have 2x 10p coins, total would be 2x times 10p. But converting 10p in pounds, it would be 2x times 0.1, which is 0.2x. Right? Makes sense? Yeah, all right. Okay. So this was all about practice learning session where we learned how to solve simultaneous equations, age problems, and point problems. The story is overall simple. For simultaneous equations, you need to eliminate one variable. That would only allow you to find the other. Then you can use substitution. And how are you going to eliminate one variable? You need to make the coefficient same. Okay. Then coming to coin and age word problems, it is a typically algebraic word problems. What do you need to do? You need to assign variables first step. Then you need to write expressions. Then you need to write equations and solve for the variable. Okay. I hope you guys understood all the 3 different types of algebraic problems. All right. Now let's move on to the practice session. Okay. Now here we will increase the speed a bit so that we could be ending up solving maximum number of problems. Okay. So let's start with the first one. Find the 2 numbers that have a difference of 8 and they add up to 26. Okay. Find the 2 numbers that have a difference of 8 and they add up to 26. Again, any guesses? Anyone? Any guesses what these 2 numbers can be? Anyways, guess is always not a preferred choice to answer. Yes, Vivan?
I think the answer could be 17 and 9.
Okay, let's see if that answer is correct. So what can be done is, let's take these 2 numbers as x and y. So what do we mean when they have a difference of 8? That is x minus y is 8. Okay. And what if they add up to 26? X plus y is 26. Now, isn't this a simultaneous equation problem? Right? Now, what is our job? To eliminate one variable. How can I possibly eliminate one variable over here? Yes, Vishak? How can I eliminate one variable? Yeah, Adam, would you like to tell?
So the way how you eliminate the extra variable is that you have to like exactly what you did inside the first one,
Yeah.
where you minus them.
Yeah, I
together.
need to minus them, right? Or I need to make the coefficient same, isn't it? Okay, the coefficient is the word which we are looking for. So over here, what are the coefficients of x? 1 and 1, and y -1 and 1, right? So we already have the coefficient same, isn't it? So we don't need to make anything, or we don't need to multiply anything. What we can simply do is, let's just add this up. What would we get? X plus x is 2x. Minus y plus y is 0. So see, we have already eliminated one variable just by adding up. And what is 26 plus 8? 34. So what do we have now? 2x plus 0, that is 2x equals 34. Getting the value of x as 34 divided by 2, which is 17. So what is the value of x? The value of x is 17. Now, how can I find the value of y, Anchala?
You need to subtract 26 and 17.
Right? So basically, I'm substituting 17 in any one of the equation. Right, Anchala? Yeah. So what we will do is, we'll substitute x equals 17 in, let's say, first equation. X minus y equals 8. So what would happen over here? 17 minus y equals 8. So what is the value of y? It is 17. Take away 8. Value of y is 9. Hence, what are my two numbers? My two numbers are 17 and 9. That's how we solve simultaneous equations problems. Eliminate one variable, find the value, then substitute to find the other variable. Again, this was a pretty simple medium level problem, not that tough. And you guys need to ensure you got such a practice that you might be able to solve this in at max 1 minute 30 seconds. Okay, so this is the reference time, and you guys are expected to solve it within this time limit. Okay, and suppose if you are taking, let's say, 2 minutes to solve this problem, then you can analyze yourself and understand that you can improve your speed by solving this question by practicing more and more problems. Okay, that's the reason we have attached the level, the solve in time, and the answer as well. Okay, just for you guys to have a pretty thorough idea of what is expected from you guys. Okay, let's see the second question. All right. 7 erasers, 3 sharpeners, cost 64 pence. 5 erasers and 6 sharpeners cost 65 pence. You need to find the price of each eraser and sharpener. Okay. Now, what can be done in this problem? What type of problem is this, first of all? Is this an algebraic problem? Yeah. This is an algebraic word problem. And what is given? We don't know two things. So what can be done? Let the cost of one eraser be x pence and the cost of one sharpener be y. Okay. All right. Now, who can help me gather the first equation using this info? 7 erasers and 3 sharpeners cost 64 pence. Yeah. So basically, it is 7x. 7. What is the cost of 7 erasers? Yes, Ara?
7x.
Good. What is the cost of 3 sharpeners?
3y.
3y. So tell me the first equation.
7x plus 3y equals to 64 pence.
Very good. 7x plus 3y equals 64. So I'm just not writing this p over here. Okay. All right. Who can give me the second equation? What is the second equation? Yes. Yes, Rohan, go ahead.
6x plus
Again, is it 6x?
5x plus 6y equals 65 pence.
Very good. Good. So it is 5x, which is the cost of 5 erasers, plus 6 sharpeners. This costs 65. Okay. Now what can be done? We need to solve these, isn't it? I can see I have 7 and 5 for the coefficients of x and 3 and 6 for the coefficients of y. So which one would be easier to make the coefficient same, x or y? It must be y, right? If I just multiply this equation by 2, I will get 6y, isn't it? So let's do this. 7 times 2 is 14x plus 6y. What is 64 times 2? 128. Okay. And then I will write this equation as it is. 5x plus 6y equals 65. Okay. So what would happen after solving? What do I need to do? Add or subtract? Yeah, I need to eliminate one variable. What should be done? I would subtract because I have 6y here and 6y here. 6y minus 6y would be 0. Okay, so I'll subtract 14 minus 5. This is 9x plus 0. How much is 128? Take away 65. It is 63. So 9x is 63. What is the value of x? It's 63 divided by 9, which is 7p. Isn't it? If 9x is 63, the value of x is 7p. And now, how can I find the value of y? I'll just substitute. X equals 7 in, let's say, any of the equation. 7x plus 3y equals 64. So what we would get? 7 times 7 plus 3y giving us 64. Solving this, we would have 49 plus 3y equals 64. And 3y would be, how much is 64? Take away 49. Is it 15? Right. So now the value of y is 15 divided by 3, which is 5p. Okay. So what is the cost of one eraser? One eraser costs 7p. What's the cost of one sharpener? It costs 5. Right. So this is how you need to break down the problem. Take each variable as x, take another as y, write equations, then try to eliminate one variable. How so? By making the coefficient same, and then again proceeding to solve. All right. So again, this problem was a little tougher than the previous one, as you needed to write the equations. This will be considered under a hard level problem. But see how easily we were able to solve this problem. So this would be solved. This is expected to solve in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay. All right. Moving ahead with the next problem now. Okay. If Bob and Hannah together make 60 pounds in a day, Bob works for 2 days, Hannah works for 3 days, and they make 130 pounds in total. How much does each make in 1 day? Right? Now, what can be done? You got 2 people over here. One is Bob, and the other one is Hannah. Okay. Now, let's assign the variables. Let Bob earn X pounds in 1 day, and let Hannah earn Y pounds in 1 day. And what is given? Bob and Hannah together make 60 pounds in a day. What does this mean? X plus Y equals 60. Right? And what is the second equation? Bob works for 2 days. Hannah works for 3 days. Okay. So if Bob works for 2 days, what will be the earning of Bob? 2x, isn't it? Each day he earns X pounds. So for 2 days, he would be earning 2x. And for Hannah, for 3 days, it would be 3y. Right? What is given? They make a total of 130. So 2x plus 3y, they make a total of 130. So guys, come on, quickly try to solve up this simultaneous equation and share me the answers. Okay. Again, don't take more than a minute, as this question is just pretty simple. Solve up this equation, make the coefficient of x same. How can you do so? You can multiply this equation by 2. Okay. So guys who are having difficulty solving can look at the screen, rest can solve on your own. So we will have 2x plus 2y equals 120. And over here, 2x plus 3y equals 130. So what can be done to eliminate x? We need to subtract. So this would be 0 plus 2y minus 3y. This is minus 5. And 120, take away 130. This is minus 10. What does this mean? Value of y is 10 pounds. So how much does Hannah earn? Hannah earns 10 pounds. So if Hannah earns 10 pounds, x plus y is 60. How much does Bob earn? Bob would earn 60 minus 10, which is 50 pounds. Right? So the correct answers are 50 pounds and 10 pounds. So it's 50 pounds and 10 pounds. Now this was pretty simple with the simple equation. So it's a medium level problem. You guys are expected to solve it in 1 minute, 30 seconds. Okay. By the way, how many of you guys got these answers correct? Just give a thumbs up or raise the hand. Right. Okay, that's a good number. Pretty good. How many of you guys are able to understand the topic clearly? Yeah. Very good. That's pretty impressive, guys. And that's really encouraging, you know. Thank you. All right, moving ahead. Let's see this simple problem. The sum of the ages of Lucifer and Adolf is 40. Okay. So we got two people, one is Lucifer, one is Adolf. Their ages add up to 40. In 4 years, that means in coming 4 years, Lucifer will be 2 times as old as Adolf. How old are they now? Okay. So let's take it slowly. We have Lucifer and we have Adolf. Okay. Now, suppose if I assume Lucifer's age as X, can anyone tell me what will be Adolf's age? The sum of their ages, they add up to 40. Yes, Faris?
Adolf would be y.
No, let's not take y, and we can avoid this. We can just simply take Adolf as 40 minus x, isn't it? Because they add up to 40, right? So let's take Adolf as 40 minus x. What will be happen in the coming 4 years? In 4 years, what will be the age of Lucifer? X plus 4. What will be the age of Adolf? 40 minus x plus 4, which is 44 minus x. Isn't it? So Lucifer is x plus 4 in 4 years and Adolf is 44 minus x. Now what is given? In 4 years, Lucifer will be 2 times as old as Adolf. What does this mean? Lucifer is, that is the age of Lucifer in 4 years, which is x plus 4. This is 2 times the age of Adolf. 2 times 44 minus x. Right? So now let us try to solve this equation. This was our step 3, writing up the equation. Solving this, we will have x plus 4 equals, this is 88 minus 2x. So again, taking 2x to the right side and 4 to the left, what we will have? We will have 3x equals 88 minus 4, which is 84, right? 2x plus x is 3x, 88 minus 4 is 84. So what is the value of x? 84 divided by 3. How much is this? Yeah. Please check if my calculation is correct. Is x equals 28? Yes. So the value of x is 28. What does this mean? Lucifer is now 28 years old. And how old is Adolf? He is, for Adolf, he is 40 take away 28. How much is this? 12 years. So Adolf is 12 years old. Again, the same thing, writing expressions, first step, assigning variables, first step, writing expressions, second step, then forming equation and solving this is the third step. Okay. So again, this is a medium level problem. You are expected to solve this problem within 2 minutes. All right. Okay, moving ahead to the next problem. Barney is 21 years old. His brother is 5 years old. Okay. In how many years will Barney be thrice his brother's age? Now, this problem is a bit different. Okay. Let's see this closely, what they are trying to ask. Barney's age is given, his brother's age is given, and they are asked after how many years Barney would be thrice his brother's age. Okay, so that means after some years passed by, there would be a time when Barney's age would be 3 times his brother's age. So after how many years? That is the question. So what can we do? Let the number of years after which Barney would be 3 times brother's age be x. Okay, let x be the number of years after which Barney would be 3 times his brother's age. So now let's try to write the equation. First step is assigning, that's done. Okay, again, guys, please pay attention as this is just different from the conventional age problem. That's why I included it in this practice session as well. What will be the age of Barney after x years? Yes. What will be Barney's age after x years? Currently is 21. After x years, he would be 21 plus x, isn't it? And what about his brother? His brother is currently 5. After x years, he would be 5 plus x. Okay. Now let's see the third one, how to write the equation. What is given? In how many years Barney would be 3 times his brother's age? So Barney, which is 21 plus x, this is 3 times his brother's age. 3 times 5 plus x. That's it. Okay. Now, how can we solve this? 21 plus x equals 15 plus 3x. So solving this, you would have 21 minus 15 equals 3x minus x. What would you get? You would have 2x equals 6. So the value of x is 3. What does this mean? After 3 years, Barney would be thrice his brother's age. What is Barney's age after 3 years? 24. How old will be his brother after 3 years? He would be 8. Isn't 24 3 times 8? Right? That means after 3 years, Barney would be thrice his brother's age. Again, it's not conventional. It's a little hard problem. The logic is the one main thing which you need to understand. Assigning the number of years as x. And it can be solved in 2 minutes at the max. Okay. All right. Now let's see a last problem over here, which is from the coin word problem. Harvey won an arcade game and received prize money of 10 pounds in £1 and 50p coins. Okay. He received twice as many 50p coins as £1 coins. How many 50p coins did he get? Okay. So what is the total prize money? Total prize money is 10 pounds. So 10 pounds is given in £1 coin and 50p coin. 50p is nothing but in pounds, how much? 0.5, isn't it? So he have 10 pounds in £1 and 50p coins. And what is given? So let's see this 1 pound and let's make this 0.5, which is 50p. What is given? He received twice as many 50p coins as 1 pound coins. Okay, so if the number of 1 pound coins is X, how many 50p coins would he have received? It would be 2X. So this is our first step. Okay, assigning variables. Okay, second step is writing expressions. What is the total value of X number of 1 pound coins? It is X times 1, which is X. And what is the total value of 2X number of 50p coins? It is 2X times 50p, which is 0.5 pounds. So again, 2X times 0.5 is indeed X, right? So this is the total value of 1 pound coins are we received, and this is the total value of 50p coins are we received. What is the total? What is the equation? Total value add up to 10 pounds. That means X plus X adds up to 10 pounds. So what is the value of X? If 2X is 10, value of X is 5. What does this mean? He received 5 1 pound coins. So is our answer 5, guys? Please check. Is the correct answer 5? Is this what we are asked? No, right? This is not what we are asked. Indeed, we are asked, how many 50p coins did he get? So how many 50p coins? It is 2X. So 2 times 5, which is 10. So he received 10 50p coins and 5 1 pound coins, making the total as 10 pounds. So the answer is 10. Now this was a pretty simple medium level problem. It could have been solved in, let's say, 1 minute and 30 seconds at the max. All right. So you guys need to ensure you are able to solve this question in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay, now let's just jump to the last session for today, which is the quick recap. Just to summarize, what are the key points which we learned and the takeaway points as well. So simultaneous equations. To solve simultaneous equations, you need to make the coefficients of either of the variables same and eliminate that variable. Okay. So you check the coefficients, make the coefficients same, and then eliminate. And then what is the last thing? You also use substitution method. Okay. Then what are each problems? These problems typically involve writing expressions using comparison of ages given. And then you also need to get an equation and solve for the unknown. So what do? You assign variable, use the comparison to write expressions. And then you also write equation and solve for that unknown. Okay. Same thing goes with coin problems. These deal with linear or simultaneous equations. What do you need to do? You need to write the expressions using the total values of coins. So for, let's say in the previous example, we had X number of 1 pound coins and 2X number of 50p coins. So what do? You multiplied X by 1 to work out the total value of X 1 pound coins. That's how you write the expressions in coin problems. You multiply the number of coins by its value. And then you add up the total amount to the given total. Okay. That's how you solve simultaneous equations and the age problems and coin word problems. Now, I sincerely thank you all for joining this extra masterclass. I really hope this masterclass helped you tackle lots of difficulties which you guys must have usually faced while solving simultaneous equations. Okay. All right. Now, I kindly request all the parents to join the question and answer session. And I'll also like to, invite our product manager, Akansha, to begin this question and answer session where she will be briefly answering up all the queries and all the doubts regards to the courses and the entire structure and the syllabus and all the basic necessities to tackle 11+ exams. Yeah,
thank you so much, Sneharsh. Thank you. And thank you guys for attending the session. As promised, we would be sending over the lecture notes of the session and the 11+ Maths topic-wise worksheet bank over to you over email. So keep an eye out. There would be an email sent by the end of the day. You can use the topic-wise worksheet to practice. You can take a printout. You can print it out, take a printout of whichever topics you want to visit, we have made the navigation simple. So for example, if you want to go to polygons, you just click polygons in the beginning table of contents, and you can then visit the polygon questions. So similarly, you can practice all the 11 plus algebra related questions, and you can also revisit the lecture notes that Snehash has used in today's class. So with this, I would like to invite you guys to join us for a Q&A session. You can drop your questions related to 11 plus maths preparation, and Snehash and I would take them up. So a big thank you to you. And by the way, as a thank you, we would be running a sale of 30% off for just one day. So you can use the coupon code MASTER30 on any of the Pi Academy products. You can check out our 11 plus maths past papers, 11 plus maths topic-wise questions, and whichever product makes sense to you, you can use this coupon code on it and go ahead and practice. So I kindly request you guys to drop your questions, to invite your parents for our Q&A session, and drop their doubts, questions, whatever you have in the chat. So any questions, feel free to just drop it in the chat below. Meanwhile, while we are waiting for the questions, I would just like to announce that we have released the 11 plus February half-term courses. So you would be looking forward to your February break, right? So in the break, you can check out our 11 plus courses. We have GL exam board related courses. We have comprehension and creative writing courses, verbal reasoning, non-verbal reasoning, algebra, fractions, and comprehension and creative writing batch 2. So depending on when you have your break, depending on the dates that are most suitable for you, you can book the course of your choice. And the Master 30 coupon code, which is valid for just one day, can be utilized on these courses. So make sure that you have a fun, learning-filled February half-term courses, a half-term session, and you can check out the courses here. And rest assured, all the lecture notes, all the slides that you looked at today, all the questions would be sent over to you over email, along with the 11 plus topic-wise worksheet bank. So you can download the worksheet. It has around 500 pages, lots of questions across various 11 plus maths topics. So you can have a very quick revision across various topics. So any questions, any doubts you guys have about 11 plus maths preparation, you can drop it in the chat box. And thank you so much for attending the masterclass. We would also like to ask you which other topics you find difficult. You can drop those topics in the chat box, and perhaps the next masterclass we would be picking up on those topics and giving you a quick walkthrough of the most important 11 plus topics. Rishan has a question. Can the coupon code be used on multiple products? Yes, it can. You can add as many products as you want in the basket, and the coupon code would be applicable. So the coupon code is valid on all 11 plus subscriptions that you see. If you are interested in pre-11 plus or 13 plus subscription, you can check that out too. The coupon code is valid on our modular courses, which are the February half-term courses. So you can get an extra 30% off on the February half-term courses. They are already at a 50% sale, but yes, you would be getting an extra 30% off on top of the 50%. So you can check those out. And if you are interested, you can also check out our 11 plus diamond plan. So the 11 plus diamond plan basically unlocks all the subscriptions that you see on Pi Academy. So this is all our 11 plus papers. We have around 14 mock examinations, around 6 video courses, and around 52 live weekend classes. So the coupon code MASTER30 is applicable on the 11 plus diamond plan. And you can check out this page. It comes under pricing. Under the pricing section, you can check out the 11 plus monthly subscriptions. We have 3 subscriptions, silver, diamond, and gold. So depending on what would suit you the best, you can check out what these subscriptions consist of. You can see that we have around 2.5 hours every Sunday. We have the 11 plus weekend classes. And you can also check out our past paper subscriptions. These subscriptions are subject-wise. So we have Maths, English. Within English, we have comprehension and creative writing. We have verbal and non-verbal. And it goes on to have SPAG, which is spelling, punctuation, and grammar questions. We have a whole paper dedicated to literary devices. Then we have our board specific, which is GL, SET, CSSE board specific questions. The Diamond Plan also has 14 mock examinations. These are online exams. You can write it whenever is most convenient for you. And it also has 6 video courses. So these video courses, again, are pre-recorded video courses. So whenever you want, you can log into the TAPI Academy dashboard and check out your video courses. It's learning at will. So whenever you have the time to go through the videos, you can do so. So here is a small snippet into what constitutes the 11 plus video courses. These are pre-recorded courses. You would be unlocking all these at once with the 11 plus Diamond Plan. And if I just give you a short snippet into what it constitutes of. So basically, it's a mixture of pre-recorded courses and daily homeworks. And we have structured the course chapter-wise. You would get lots of questions. Most of them are based on the past paper questions so that you are practicing the right sorts of questions. So you can go through the video courses. There are homeworks included in these, and the questions are created in such a manner that you would be able to solve any question regardless of the 11 plus exam board that you are aiming for. So most of us would be looking for the GL board because most schools do come under Granada Learning. But yes, any other exam board that you could be focusing on, the video courses would help you. So with the Diamond Plan, you would be able to unlock all 6 of these video courses that you see here. And today's coupon code, which is Master 30, is applicable on the video courses if you wish to only subscribe to the video courses. But yes, if you wish to go ahead with the Diamond Plan, it is applicable on the Diamond Plan too. So it looks like we have a few questions. Yes, Anson has a question. Can the discount apply to these plans? Yes, so the discount does apply to the 11 plus Diamond Plan. You can check that out. Then, okay, so Bian has a few topics that they're struggling with, which are probability, algebra, geometry, speed, distance, and time. So yes, we will register that, and the next masterclass that we have would be along these topics. What do you say, Snehash? We can do this, right?
Yes, indeed, we can.
Yeah. We have a question. So Demir is saying, can we have a masterclass for verbal reasoning? Yes, definitely. We would love to take your feedback into consideration and have masterclasses. Anaya is also saying distance, speed, and time. So it looks like distance, speed, and time is a topic that our students are struggling with. So we would definitely take your inputs into consideration. And Anson has another question. What's the code? So the code is Master 30, as it's the master class that we are all attending. So the code is very simple. It's just Master 30. So looks like the next masterclass would be along the lines of speed, distance, and time, because we have had 2 students say that they would like these topics. So we have a question from Hidayah. Do you do side-step algebra? Snehash, could you touch upon that?
Yeah. Yes, Hadi, can you kindly explain what do you mean by side-step algebra?
Give us a little more insight into what side-step algebra means. And for those of you who are looking for more detailed learning in algebra subject, you can check out our 11 plus algebra course for grammar and independent schools. So these courses are all under the February half-term courses. Most of you would be at home and with ample time to spare, so you can check out these courses. These are very well-structured courses which come with a mock exam at the end of the course. So the online mock exam is part of the course structure. So once the tutor has taught you through all the subtopics within algebra, you would be attempting the mock exam at the end of the course. And all the lecture notes, all the homework that you would be accessing in this course would be available to you for the next 1 year. So you can access them anytime you want, even after the course has finished. So for those of you who are interested in further developing your skills in algebra, you can check out the 11 plus algebra course.
Yes, also responding to you, Hadia. Yes, we not only sidestep algebra, but we try to cover entirely all the different types of characteristics in the equations, which are all the possibilities for 11 plus exams. So along with sidestep algebra, along with equations with variables on one side and with the variables on both sides, we cover everything with the deep practice worksheet and the detailed solutions as well. So we cover everything possible, which can be tackled up in the 11 plus exam. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So yes, do check out the worksheet which we would be sending across. There are a lot of questions, around 500 pages with 5 questions on each page. So a lot of questions for all of you to go through. You can use this for a very short and quick revision, especially if you're looking for a topic-wise revision. You can check these out. And you can use today's coupon code, which is Master30. Just check out Pi Academy, check out all the various subscriptions that we have. The 2 flagship subscriptions, which you would be also unlocking with the 11 plus diamond plan, would be the maths past papers and English past papers. So within these past paper subscriptions, we have covered all the major schools that follow the 11 plus exams, and we have solved these papers. So you can download the papers for free if you are looking to just practice on your own without access to the solutions. You can always do that. Just come to Pi Academy, look at the paper that you want to practice, and you can click the download button, take a printout, and practice on your own. We have also, so 3 papers are free for you to view. So you can click on the solution section and check out the solutions for the various questions by clicking on the solutions answers tab. So do check out Pi Academy, make good use of the Master30 coupon code. Okay, so sure. So Anson, your feedback is also well registered. We will look into that. So we have a question from Ishan. Do we have to buy the PDF with 500 pages, or you'll be getting it over email? You don't have to buy it. It is part of the masterclass. It is our way to, make sure that you are practicing the questions which have been taught to you in the masterclass. So this PDF is completely free, and it is only reserved for those who attend the masterclass. So do keep an eye out for our future masterclasses too. We would be sharing more such interesting resources. So looks like we are now at the end of the session. Thank you so much everyone for joining in. I would just like to reiterate the coupon code, if you are interested, is Master30, and it is valid for 1 day. So do check out Pi Academy, check out our February half-term courses or the 11 plus diamond subscription. And yes, thank you so much for attending the session. See you next Sunday and for the next masterclass. Thank you. Thank you, Snehash.
Yep. Thank you.